Hi, my story is called There's a Ditch There. So when I was about 12 years old, a fun thing to do on Saturday, is just ask my dad if we can take the gator out for a ride, me and my brother. So this was normally after we finished our chores for the day, and we would go up to him and ask him, "Hey, do you mind if we gather some sticks for a fire?" As this is something he always loved to do with his family on Saturday. So after we were convincing him to go let us use the gator, it would come with a big old safety lecture about wearing our seat belts and looking out for one another and just being safe just in general. So after he would give us this lecture that we had memorized, we memorized this after our whole lives of hearing it. We had it word for word now. We knew better not to roll our eyes at it because that normally wouldn't end up too well. But yeah, we knew this whole thing. So one day when me and my brother were driving along our fields, we had these fields are connected to our neighbors' fields, and although we did have permission to drive on them, in our minds when our dad was telling us this, he said stay on the headlands and stay out of the tractor's ways. In our heads, somehow it turned out to you're not allowed to be on there, even though we completely were. So I'm not fully sure what we were thinking, but that's just how it came out in our young minds. So one day as we were driving along in a trail in the backfield, there's grass and trees along our side, so we can only see what's in front of us and what's behind us. So as me and my brother are, as we hear a tractor approaching out of the cow corn, so we can just hear it, we started bickering over which way we should go. As I'm the one driving, I said, let's just go forward because it's easier. And him, passenger, he's wanted to go reverse. To me, that made no sense because I can just get out of there quicker going forward, get out of his way. But as I was looking around to go see which way to drive, he put it into reverse. And as I started hit the gas, it flew backwards and we ended up in a ditch, 4 feet of water and completely vertical. So as we just kind of realized what would happen, we quickly climbed out as we didn't want to get wet, and we kind of realized what we ended up ourselves into. So our what we thought of to do was just to run home and go get my brother to go get the quad with the winch, because that was the only thing that we could really think of that would help in this situation. So we were running back, and then we got him. We came back to the site of the accident or whatever, and it pulled it out, no problem. And there was no damage on the gator. So yeah, my dad actually never found out for years after because there was no damage. So it actually kind of worked out well. Some things that I did learn from this is that you should never leave the scene of an accident until you make sure everyone's safe and okay, because that's just how people end up injured. 2, panicking always makes everything worse. So just keep your calm, keep your cool. Don't just panic, because that's when bad things happen. 3 is there's only one driver at all times, because the driver's gonna think they're doing one thing and the passenger's gonna be messing with his gears, and that's just how you end up in a ditch. 4 is listen to what your dad has to say. Even though you think you know his safety lecture, you probably don't, because that's how you end up in ditches. That's how I ended up in a ditch. Thank you.